Hello, I'm recording this on January 8th, 2025, and that means two things. I hope you're having better luck with your New Year's resolutions than I did, and it is time for the Darkness News Update, sponsored this year by the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors. That's right, NAILD is a lighting organization that has made it part of its mandate to care about better use of exterior lighting. And they're committed to that not only with this podcast, but developing a new education program that will be available this year. Visit nailed.org for more details. Let's get into the news. The U.S. National Science Foundation has granted a fellowship to Elizabeth Himschoot and Morgan Crump, who you might remember partnered with the U.S. National Park Service to reduce the brightness and blueness of lighting on park premises, as well as creating an educational campaign about the change of lighting and creating that survey that showed that people really appreciate being told why lighting is different. They enjoy the lighting more when they know why it's amber. And so I'm glad to hear that they are getting funding to pursue this even further. India's National Green Tribunal is pushing the government to investigate the harms of light pollution. This is work from the Panchtatva Foundation, and they are raising concerns over the national lack of lighting regulations, as well as the increasing harms of light pollution. There's actually going to be a judicial body in India holding a hearing on this matter in April. Climate Africa Media Initiative Center has raised the alarm over light pollution. The CAMIC is actually calling on all stakeholders to participate in their upcoming Dark Nights, Bright Futures campaign to improve use of outdoor light in Africa. We have a study from the University of Bristol showing that light pollution alters ecosystems and resident behaviors in coral reefs. They were able to control for location and found that the presence of light from shore increases predatory activity. A meta-study has connected aging, lung cancer, and circadian rhythms. This is a review of 305 papers showing that as people age, what happens is their circadian rhythm gets disrupted, becomes more disrupted. They don't recover from that. And that does correlate to a risk of cancer. We also find that circadian rhythms form within 6 weeks after birth. This is a review of 25 studies showing that light cycling, again, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, in neonatal care has beneficial effects on development. The Mayo Dark Sky Park of the UK has won the Dark Sky Place of the Year award that was presented by Dark Sky International. Over the skies of Edinburgh Castle, we find that a light show, this was a holiday light show, it ran at the end of December, it got scattered by cloudy conditions, and it provoked, a similar sort of panic we saw around drones in New Jersey. Also in the UK, the Cranborne Chase National Landscape is asking their neighbors to reduce light. This is in Salisbury in Wiltshire. The Dark Sky Reserves manager is going on tour showing people lighting solutions. Most of these are farmers. Most of these are small farms. Somewhat bigger is the tour the Sunshine Coast Astronomy Club. They're a Royal Astronomical Society of Canada center. They've begun an advocacy campaign in BC along the Sunshine Coast. They are touring town councils and hoping to improve lighting regs there. Pitkin County, Colorado has provisionally approved a new lighting code. The Board of Commissioners has passed a first reading on a new and updated land use code that would limit all exterior lighting to motion-sensitive activation on a 5-minute timer between 10 p.m., 7 a.m. The code does make exceptions for businesses that are open early or late, but that still only applies to an hour either side of closing, and that code is open for public comment until the 22nd of January. In Heber City, we're going back to Heber City in Utah, there are some plans for the city to annex a couple of regions called the North Village, and the town council is, like any land development, is being met with some bananas responses, and one among that, they are concerned about added lighting on these new developments. The Lowell Observatory of Flagstaff, Arizona has a spokesperson calling out the harms and hazards of Starlink and other low Earth objects. So these are low orbiting groups of satellites that just move across the sky, and they get in the way of astronomical work and, obviously do contribute to light pollution, even though they're very high up. Mark Baker has filed a petition over Connecticut's switch to LEDs for emergency vehicles. These would be headlights and signal lights. That petition did not work out, but we admire and appreciate the Soft Lights Foundation's commitment to one consistent vision. And we have a study from teens in Pakistan that shows that blue blocker lenses, ones you get like so, I am holding them up to my face, they do alter your color perception by a factor of 10, actually. So that's something to consider, especially me, because I have to do color correction work. So I have to take these off when I edit, which is when that's actually most of the time I spend staring at screens. It's a little tricky. It's tricky. Anyway, I want to thank Nailed. They also present the lighting industry news brief hosted by me. If you ever want to hear me announce which towns are switching to LED streetlights, that's the best resource to do that. Otherwise, visit nailed.org. I will see you in 2 weeks. Take care of yourself.